Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Meteorfall, a game I haven't played in a while. I did beat it with all the classes, but a while back there was an update with a new class, the Necrodude, and so I thought I'd go ahead and fire up BlueStacks here and check him out. This guy's name is Moldorf. I'm not going to do a champion spotlight video on him. Let's just go ahead and play a game with him by default without any of these unlockable cards, and then we're going to go ahead and unlock them all and then play another game with him. I'm hoping I can beat it that time, but if not, I'll play a third time or a fourth time or however many times it takes to beat him. So, at the beginning, we have to do some stuff, and we can't actually look at the deck just yet, but I will show you as soon as I can. Let's go to the desert. And now, let's take a look at this deck here. So, he starts out with 3 attack cards, which, unless there's been a change, get replaced with the 3 cards that you can upgrade. He has Bone Armor, which is a new card. This is, I don't actually know if it's a new card or not. It gives you 2 armor plus 1 for each card in the deck that summons minions, and when it gets upgraded all the way, it gives a crazy amount of armor. So it's a very strong card, even though it doesn't look like it at first. We got Drain Essence, which is fun. It reduces enemy stamina by 4, and it deals 6 damage if their stamina is reduced to 0. So it's a good damage card, and it's an interesting new mechanic. I don't remember the other classes having much in the way of enemy stamina reduction, manipulation in that way. So that's like an interesting strategy or a side strategy you can go for with this guy, is stamina reduction of your enemies. We got Summon Skeleton. What this does is it puts a skeleton into your opponent's deck, and this skeleton, when it comes up, not only deals 3 damage and bleed an increasing amount of damage as you upgrade the card, but it also takes up time, so it actually blocks one of your opponent's actions when it comes up. It's worth noting, too, that it goes into the deck directly, so if the opponent doesn't have very many cards left in their deck, then the skeleton is going to come up soon. And this is why I really wish you could see how many cards are in your deck and how many cards are in your opponent's deck. That would add to the strategy, but as it is, that's how this card works. Now, there's 2 different ways that you can go with Moldorf here. One way is you can go the summoning route and try to do lots of summons. This makes your Bone Armor very good, and it's really, really fun because it also blocks up a lot of your opponent's actions in addition to doing lots of cool effects. The other option is you can go for a melee thing, focusing on the Scythe. So whenever you do an attack that's not a spell, it heals you for 1 and lowers your opponent's stamina by 1, and obviously these things increase as you upgrade the Scythe. We also have Harvest, which is a 3 stamina card that deals 4 damage, and then if you have more stamina after you spend the 3 stamina to play the card, you also heal for 4, and those values increase pretty significantly as you upgrade the card. So you can go for kind of like a melee approach with the Scythe, the Harvest, and your attacks, or you can go for a summoning approach. Now, if the attacks work the same way as for the other classes, if it hasn't changed with the update, then you're going to lose these attacks as you unlock new cards from Moldorf, which I think makes the melee strategy not as good. I've also tried both, and I've actually been able to win the game with the unupgraded deck using a summon strategy, but I've never been able to pull it off using a melee strategy. So my initial impressions is that summons are better. Now, Moldorf's main weakness is that his ability to recharge spells blows dicks. His card for recharging spells is Blood Magic. Now, what it does is it costs 4 stamina, you gain the time back, which is nice, you give the enemy a little bit of bleed, which is whatever, and then you choose one of 3 spells and restore just 1 charge to it. Now, paying 4 stamina to restore just 1 charge is pretty weak. Even though you get your time back, this is pretty garbage. And so one of the obstacles you have to overcome as Moldorf is spell management. I find it harder with him than with the wizard or the cleric to make sure that you can actually keep your spells charged up. So you want to definitely get, if you can, some spell recharge cards. He does start with a Blood Magic and a Blood Magic 2, which has been upgraded once. This increases the bleed and restores 2 charges to 1 spell, which I'm not a big fan of. I wish that it restored 1 charge to 2 different spells. Even if those spells were random, I'd prefer that, because a lot of times you just don't need to restore 2 charges to 1 spell, or, by the time you actually have used your spells that much, it's not going to fix the situation. So, not a big fan of the spell recharge, but what I do like about this class is it's super fun. I mean, the summons are just a really fun way to play. So the designers, I think, really hit the jackpot. They found a way to make the class, fun and feel strong without, in my opinion at least, actually being all that strong or all that overpowered. Okay, let's just go ahead and finish this guy off. These early fights are nothing difficult. Although I think I did lose once because I was trying to do some wacky thing. So here, we'll use the stamina just to get the time back. The recharge doesn't matter since I'm about to level up. I'll pass on this attack, I guess, because it doesn't kill the guy, and I'd rather just wait until my harvest card comes up. Oh, he healed! And he put a skeleton into my deck. Oh my god, what is this insanity? Alright. There's the skeleton, so that actually cost me my time, but luckily, we get to kill him with the harvest. And level up. Alright, now there's been a change to leveling up, though we don't get to see it just yet. Alright, so cleansing potion, these potions I don't like, but obviously the advantage of those is if you get 2 garbage cards, you can take the potion and just get rid of it. So it's like getting nothing. But Mind's Eye is exactly what I want. This is actually a really lucky start. I think that Mind's Eye is just a freaking amazing card because not only does it give you what you need, which is desperate recharging of your spells, but it doesn't have a stamina cost, so it just restores a charge and that's it. So it does cost the time to play it, but it's pretty much exactly what you want as Moldorf, so I'm very happy that we picked that up. I'll do this just for the bleed, really, and not having to lose time. Sure, we'll put that on, and that's just going to drain stamina. Notice that the stamina drain is not super impressive. It's basically costing your opponent 1 card if you don't get the damage out of it, but that's fine. Okay, so I was starting to say that there's been a little change to the leveling up, but I realized that it actually only changes after you get to the 3rd level. You offers to upgrade your abilities in exchange for a bit of your soul. I like the sound of that. 3 max HP. Yeah, okay. So eventually we're going to be able to upgrade all of our cards without having to lose any HP. But I'm going to do this because it's fun. Alright, now what's interesting I've noticed is the game has changed how temples and shops work. So with shops now, you can actually see in advance what the cards available to buy are, and at least for Mr. Moldorf, they're always themed. I don't know if they're themed for the other ones, but this is the summon skeleton thing, and this has some pretty good stuff in it. I would definitely not mind any of those cards. In fact, I'm going to actually go to the shop right now and just pick them up. And you might be thinking, but Boris, you passed in the temple. What are you, a crazy man? Well, the shops are cheaper now. They don't cost, the cards don't cost nearly as much to purchase. And on top of that, temples work differently. So it's not like every time you find a temple, you can delete a card for free. Instead, each time that you use a temple, it increases the cost for all further temples that you buy. Kind of like in Dream Quest, except in Dream Quest, the first time you find a temple, it's free, and then after you get the free delete, then if you want to do it again, it goes to whatever the cost was that was set by your previous temple visits, whereas here it remembers permanently. So there's no real advantage to going to a temple early, because if you go delete a card later, it's the same thing. I'm going to grab Skeleton Party. I like this one a lot. What it does is it puts 2 skeletons into your opponent's deck. And the thing is, if you upgrade this all the way, it actually puts a whopping 4 skeletons into their deck, which, when drawn, costs them a time. The damage is almost immaterial, but I think this is a really useful card. Now, the tricky thing is I can't buy both of these cards, although I do want to. The question is, which one's more important? There are going to be other summons, so having a second copy of Summon Skeleton isn't as significant, I think, as having a Bone Armor, which I'm definitely going to want. I'm going to try to upgrade these Bone Armors all the way because they just block such a ridiculous amount of damage. It's important for your long-term success, in my opinion. There's Mind's Eye, no stamina cost, just recharge some stuff. I guess I'll just deal 4 damage. I have more stamina than him right now, but it's not going to heal because I end up with less. Also, because my health is at full. Okay, ouch. That was serious. Jesus. I have to really think here. If I attack, I'm not gonna be able to finish him off with another attack, so I'm gonna just pass. And then the scythe comes up. Oh my god. Am I just gonna die here? I could very well die. Okay, wow. My summon skeleton came in and killed him, so I leveled up. That's really good. Okay, so here's the level up. This is where things have changed. So it used to be that you can get bonus health or bonus stamina, but it seems like the option to get stamina has been eliminated. Instead, you can either get bonus health or upgrade a skill. Now, eventually, you can upgrade skills with the smith, and that hasn't changed. Eventually, you're going to be swimming in gold, and you'll be able to upgrade all you want. So passing on a health bonus that's permanent in order to get a skill upgrade that's temporary, I think is sort of a bad decision. Now, we have another shop. It's the same bundle. And I'm tempted to go there just to get another one of those cards. Like another skeleton party could be really strong. We can go for a skeleton game. I'm actually just gonna do it because honestly, if I never see a temple, if I never have the option to delete cards from the deck, I'll live. Ooh, temple or earn gold. Well, the temple, God, there's so many temples. It'd be funny if I never saw another temple for the rest of the game. But again, like, it may seem great to delete a card for 0, but then the next time that I find a temple, it's going to be more expensive if I did it now. Whereas, the next time I find a temple, if I don't do it now, I am going to be able to delete a card for 0, just like I could here. So I'm passing on a permanent bonus in order to get a temporary bonus, assuming I find another temple before the game ends, which I might not. I guess it's technically possible, but let's just grab the gold because I think that that's useful. And I don't feel like I care that much about not having cards. This is tricky. Do I save the time but use the stamina? Yeah, I think so, because this guy has enough health at this point now that it's gonna come down to my summons, I think, to kill this guy. Or at least to do a significant amount of the damage. As for my attack cards, I would rather, you know, use them after I found my scythe. So I ended up getting both bone armors. Each one, fine, I'll do this. Each one now gives me, let's see, it doesn't actually make that much of a difference. Each one now gives me 5 armor. And the way to increase that most significantly is to just put more, to upgrade it. The theme of the card is that the more summons you have, the more armor it deals, but I found that the increase from upgrading it is far more significant than the increase from having more summons. Alright, what do we got? Gain 2 XP or heal for 20? Well, I'm at full health, so I might as well gain the XP. Not the most interesting decision. And here we come up to a blacksmith or a shop. Alright, now, there's some good stuff in this shop. Bone Spear is a pretty good damaging spell. I've already got enough bone armor. Summon Wraith is a good one. Blacksmith, I mean, I'm spending I'm spending a lot of money buying stuff in shops, which will make it harder to upgrade things with the blacksmith later, but I think I am going to go to this shop. It might be a mistake, but I really want these wraiths. So what they do is they steal a stamina and 4 life when drawn, and that gets better as you upgrade them, plus it adds another summon to make your bone armors better. In addition, I'm going to grab Bone Spear, which deals 3 damage plus 1 additional damage for each minion you control. Now, it's worth noting there's a difference between this and Bone Armor. Bone Armor is each card that summons minions, whereas Bone Spear is each minion that's actually been played in that fight and is in your opponent's deck. I did not want a 3rd Bone Armor. I could have gotten it, though. It's possible that I made a mistake in not doing so. Finally got the Scythe early on. Sure, we'll save the time, and I guess I'll get my skeleton party back. But yeah, I'm in a spot now where what I mainly want to do is... Oh, he got a Pounce. Very similar to that card in Dream Quest. What I mainly want to do is collect a bunch of money. And... should I attack him? No, I should wait for my Harvest card. There it is. That'll heal me. Oh, I'm at full health. Okay, well... For some reason, I thought I would be at less than full. Anyway, my main concern right now is just to, like, I've got a lot of cards. I'm super happy with my deck because I feel like I got a lot of great shops. I just want to collect a bunch of money, find a smith, and upgrade them all to the dickens. Okay, this is a tricky one. Sword, obviously great if for melee, but I'm not going that strategy. I don't necessarily want another summon skeleton, but I was talking about how maybe I should have bought it, and so I guess there I got it for free. All right, we got a few coming up to the boss, and this is very well engineered. I like how the game did it. It's quite well done that you always reach the boss right before you would have leveled up. So you have to be a little bit careful. You don't necessarily want to fight every single monster. It may be worth it to skip some of these monster fights so that you can be at full health before you fight the boss. I'm actually not going to attack here. Let me get my stamina back. I'm more interested in playing Harvest. Oh, okay, well, alright then. That did a bunch of damage to the Bone Spear because I've got 3 minions there. So yeah, I'm probably not going to level up. And I'm actually going to go to the blacksmith. Again, I'm passing on these temples because they work differently. I'm not that concerned about having attack cards in my deck that force me to waste a turn, you know, submitting them for stamina. And sometimes I want the token damage. I actually want to improve my stuff. And it's tough. I mean, I really just want to upgrade everything, and I can only upgrade 1 card here. This is You know what? I think this is what I want to do. It may seem a little bit crazy, but you can see we're already starting to run out of charges, and I think that being able to get 2 extra spells recharged every time I hit Mind's Eye is very useful. I'm actually not going to use this attack because I want to save the stamina for... Ah, see, I was missing a charge there. I'll save the stamina for Harvest to maybe heal. See, once the monster has their turn, the monster's AI is very simple. They just always use up all their stamina. So I want to save my stamina for healing with Harvest. And maybe, you know, I want to save my attack cards for after I find my Scythe. And, well, I'll use the Harvest as it is because it will heal me. Now he gets 3 cards. Well, more because he got this damn stab. Luckily, he couldn't play the poison on me, at least. I'm still getting somewhat damaged. I haven't found my bone spears. This is a tricky one. I do need to get my recharges back. I'm going to do this even though it means I can't play an attack if I find it, because I really wanted to get my charges back on my spells. Alright, there's Mind's Eye, so that gave me now some recharges back, and finally the Scythe at the bottom of my deck as always. Okay, so I'm going to take a fair bit of damage here, unfortunately. At least he missed the poison, which is good. I'm not going to play Bone Armor. Let's save the charge. God darn it. Now I'm worried I'm not going to be able to kill this guy. But I really would like to hit him with my melee attacks. Alright, fine. We'll use 1 charge. Hopefully it won't matter. Now this will heal me for 1 because of the Scythe. Let's take a look at the situation. I hate to use a charge on Bone Spear, but he's only bleeding for 1. So he's only going to take 1 damage when he plays a card. Yeah, I don't want to give him a whole turn, so I want to overkill him pretty massively. Okay. So this right here is where you got to pass on the fight. I actually maybe should have passed on the previous fight, because now I'm at 5 health below max HP, and some of my spells might be missing charges. But if I get lucky, and if I get, say, crap, I really hate this. Doing 4 damage and not healing seems bad. I'm going to just pass that. Yeah, so I'm hoping I can get lucky and get my bone armors up soon. Okay, that was decent. Though those burning bloods will come up and do damage to me eventually. Do I want to do this? I have to do this. I need to get my charges back. I don't want to use my attacks, though, without a benefit. Okay, there's bone armor for 7 armor. Even unupgraded, that's pretty good. Don't want to use my stamina on this. I guess we'll do this just to get an extra turn. Get some charges back, and then get some more charges back. Okay, so I'm a little bit worried he gets his full turn here. And I got 3 of these burning bloods in me now. Ah, Fireball. That's the kind of stuff I'm really worried about, because those deal so much damage. Alright, Skeleton Party's good. Put a couple of skeletons in his deck. Scythe is good. So now I can actually heal from basic attacks. And his deck is starting to get pretty clogged with minions. And again, remember that if his deck hasn't been shuffled yet, which I didn't see it, all those minions that just went in are still yet to be found. So they're going to, hopefully, come up with a pretty high density. Okay, that did not happen at all. Well, now his deck, I hope, is even more stacked. Okay, here's one of my starting cards. This will deal 6 damage. That, unfortunately, is not charged, which is sad, but finally got a bone armor, which is very welcome. Interesting, I never hit the Burning Bloods. I wonder how those work. Maybe they get shuffled into my discard? I'm going to put this on, because I did just shuffle my deck, and I would like to, for example, recharge that if I hit it. And on top of that, I also wanted an extra turn there. Okay, so we have some bone armor, 14 armor, which is very good, especially if you find spells like Zap. My Wraith gave me a bit of healing there, which is good. Alright. So we got through the boss, and we did not level up, apparently, from the boss, but it is going to full heal you when you kill the boss. Oh, we did level up. Okay. So again, as much as I want to upgrade skills, I need the maximum health. I think it's very valuable to have bonus health. And on top of that, I'm still optimistic that as much money as I've spent on shops, I will eventually have enough to get all the upgrades that I need. Okay, I don't want to start with this, because it's just too low impact. I'd rather save the stamina for something like this. See, this is where I wish I could recharge both of them, and I don't know which one was the one I just played. So I don't know if I recharged the one I just played or the empty one that was in my deck. Wait, why is it empty? Didn't I level up? Shouldn't all my spells be recharged? How come both of them were used? I don't know if that's a bug or if I misread it, or if I used both of them and didn't notice. So he's got 5 cards in his deck now. Alright, there's the Wraith. He can't poison. He does heal, which is annoying, so he's back up to full. Okay, well, at least my Skeleton Party activated. Now here, I'm actually going to use this because it's going to drain 1 stamina. And even though I don't benefit from the healing, I value his stamina being reduced. Okay, so he's at no stamina, and I'm healing every time I can do a physical attack. This is a tricky spot. I mean, I'd like to actually pass this back for stamina, and so then if I find any more of my melee attack cards, like my Harvest, I can hit him and heal up. I'm going to go for it, because Harvest is still in my deck. See, if I had played it, then I wouldn't have been able to play the Harvest, but now I can actually play this, and I heal from it. And I still do a decent amount of damage. Okay, 2 bleeding. He's not going to die from bleeding, so I'm going to use a charge on Bone Armor. It is fully charged at the moment, so I think it was worth it to block the damage and go into the next fight as healthy as possible. Alright, I don't want to use Bone Spear, so I'm going to gamble that I can find one of my basic bitch attacks. There we go. And I can kill him without spending a charge. That Mind's Eye, though, you can see how really amazing it is that I have a card that recharges spells. If I hadn't found that on my level up, then I might have been in trouble. And that's actually one of the things I'm a little bit torn about the whole themes in the store thing, because when I play, it's always one of these theme packs, which means that I don't have a chance to just get, like, basic utility workhorse types of cards, like spell recharge effects, for example, apart from finding them in chests. Like, I can only get a card like Mind's Eye if I find it in a chest, or if I get it on as a level up. And if I hadn't gotten it on my level up, then, you know, I would just not have it, and I'd be missing out a core component of my strategy. So I'm a little bit, you know, of two minds when it comes to these theme shops. I mean, I like that the prices are lower, because I think that the shop items were just way too overpriced before. But I do wish that you had some just like regular shops as well as the theme shops, so that you can actually have a chance of getting, like, you know, basic staple cards. Alright, I'm going to use this charge here. Since I am lucky and have the Mind's Eye, I might as well just use my charges and try to prevent myself from taking damage. Okay, so armor saved me from the fireball, and then my skeletons finished him off. I think that was pretty good. Okay, another monster, which is fine. I'm happy to see monsters. Monsters give you gold. Scythe, obviously a great card to see early on, and I will attack just to do the stamina drain. Alright. So I'm getting poisoned twice. Oh, that was an unlucky order of cards. I wish that he had gotten the attack and then been unable to play the poison. As it is, I'm going to be taking a lot of damage, and that's sort of a problem because you do sort of need a while, you know, to kill the enemies sometimes. Sometimes it all comes down to, like, you know, needing to kind of wait for your summons to roll through. So poison is sometimes a difficult effect to deal with. Alright, I'm not going to worry about saving spell charges. I want to make sure that in this fight I don't... Oh man, did he get rid of my weapon, or have I just not drawn it? Well, here's 6 damage and stamina drain, which is good. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about saving charges. I should level up soon. I do have Mind's Eye to help, which is still in my deck. Okay, so that wasn't too big of a deal, although I'm still taking poison. There's the Mind's Eye, which is great. Let's go ahead and recharge some more, get my Summoned Wraith back up and running. And every card I put in his deck just has a higher chance of showing up and preventing him from doing something. Now this is tough because it only has 1 charge, and it might not be necessary, so I'm going to save that one for later. This is actually a really good flip. No, it's not! I do not have more stamina than him, so I will not get the heal from it. Just the damage, which is worth it because he dies. Okay. If he had gotten his own card, he would have gotten to do it, and then he would have bled to death. Okay. Well, let's take a look. What do we got? We got Drain Essence, Scythe, Harvest. Yeah, this is not the strategy I'm going for. This is if you're going for the melee strategy. The stamina sapping strategy. We will now take this opportunity to go to the temple. And I got some interesting options here. I could actually do a few different things. Sorry, getting some heartburn. Drink some water here. Okay, so the obvious move, of course, is to get rid of the attack. I mean, it's very obvious. However, there are some less obvious choices. I could get rid of the original blood magic, because it's just so expensive. It's 4 stamina, and it just gives me 1 charge. The counterpart to that is to say, well, what are you spending your stamina on? If eventually you're going to get rid of all of your attacks, and you're going to get rid of your scythe, because that doesn't do anything if you don't have any melee attacks. and you can even maybe get rid of your harvest, then you don't have anything that spends stamina, so you can just use your stamina for the blood magics. I'm just letting you know that I will go for the obvious approach here, but I think there are some interesting paths that you can take when it comes to removing cards. So now the next card to remove would cost me 5 gold. And I'm actually not going to do it. Again, I don't care that much about these dead cards in my deck. I really want to save my gold to be able to upgrade at the smith as much as possible. Gain 10 gold or lose 5 health and 2 experience. Well, let's go ahead and get the gold. I don't really value the experience that much. I mean, of course, if I am eventually like 2 experience away from leveling up and I'm all out of charges and I just desperately wish blah, 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 then I'll regret it. But I think that, you know, the gold is something that helps me with what I'm immediately trying to accomplish, which is upgrading my cards. And I want to get that done as soon as possible. Okay, tricky one. Well, let's go ahead and get the armor, I suppose. This will deal 5 damage. Unfortunately, with this being unupgraded, its damage is a little bit lackluster. That spell is totally out of charges now. But the Globber's deck is now getting pretty filled up. Got my skeleton party back. Ooh, Mind's Eye is fantastic. Okay, that's all very good. Oh, my Wraith healed me a little bit. Nice. He couldn't play the poison, which is good. Disintegrate is annoying because it gets rid of my scythe. This I should just pass back now that I don't have my scythe. This deals 4 damage, but it doesn't heal me. Because this guy got his stamina all the way back somehow. And of course the bone armor is a no-brainer. Alright, some more poison. He got all of his stamina off. Okay. Well, it could be worse. I'm getting a little down there. I'm optimistic I'll be able to level up, hopefully. I won't be too experienced away from leveling up at the point where I'm at totally dire straits. And I got lucky. I actually had Drain Essence as the last card in my deck, and then it was the first card when I reshuffled, so I got to play it twice in a row. Okay, this is a really bad pickup. It's just horrible. So the sword is just not what I'm going for with melee. And then this, I mean, I guess we're gonna go for it. It's better than an attack. And the problem with this guy Moldorf is that, you know, when you play with, say, the wizard, you can pick up some random card like Gut Punch and just be like, okay, well that'll just be what I use my stamina on, because otherwise I don't use my stamina. But Moldorf's mana recharge or spell recharge cards use 4 stamina, so you can't really pick up just like random crap like that. Anyway, here we go. We're at the blacksmith. So this is where decisions have to get made. And it's tough to know like whether I get more marginal utility from upgrading, say, a card all the way up to level 3 or getting a bunch of cards up to level 2. I'm going to just hedge my bets. Let's just do 4 cards up to level 2. So I definitely want the skeleton parties up because now I get... oh, this one's already at 2. Oh, shit, I did not realize that. So, okay, we'll get those up. Let's get the Wraith up so I heal a little bit more. I also want to increase Bone Spear because it's... Okay, so this increases the damage by 3. I wish I could show you. I believe when you go up to the 3rd level, it significantly bumps up the damage. So maybe that's like something where I should have done it. And then this is 4 armor, so it increases the base value. Yeah, maybe I made that wrong. Maybe I forget. Maybe it's just the Moldorf's cards just have such a big jump from 2 to 3 that some of them are worth doing. Okay, so we can get 6 gold or gamble on treasure. I'm pretty happy with this deck, obviously apart from wanting to delete the attacks and the scythe. I think that this could work as a final deck if it needed to. I'm going to grab the gold because I really just want to upgrade the cards I have. I don't think I'm that interested necessarily in getting new cards, or at least I don't think new cards are as likely to make the difference. But oops, that was a mistake. Well, it was 6 damage. I don't have any minions, but still 6 damage is 6 damage. Yeah, I don't think that new cards are as likely to make the difference between success and failure as upgrading the current cards that I have is. So now 3 cards go in there, which is nice. Oh, and then I ran into a skeleton. This card isn't charged for some reason. So yeah, it's nice when you have one summon that puts 3 time-sucking cards into the deck. Like, even if they don't do that much damage, it's still something, and it blocks their turn. Wait, this is really weird. I had 2 different summon skeletons that were not charged, and now I don't see them, but I only have 2 options. I feel like there's a bug here. But I could be wrong. I do have a scythe, so I'm going to do this for the healing and the stamina sapping. Even though it does mean that I missed out on the full healing from Harvest. I think it was still worth it. just to sap his stamina twice. Well, he does have spells, and that's one of the problems with the stamina sapping strategy, is that when you play against enemies that get a lot of damage from spells, they don't actually care that much about having their stamina at 0. So that's why you have to watch out for that a little bit. Ouch, that was a really rough one that healed him and did a bunch of damage. So I'm at 21, which is a little bit unfortunate. Okay, so there's me drawing a skeleton. Bottom card of the deck, at least. I guess that's better than nothing, and that should kill him. I'm gonna take a bit of a gamble. Oh god, no, I can't take a gamble, can I? What is this? Tombstone. When your opponent's deck runs out a card, deal 10 damage. Oh, right, shoot. It'd be nice to find a card and heal with the scythe, but I'm worried that giving him a turn, even when he has only 1 stamina left, is going to do more damage to me than what I can save from healing with the scythe. So I'm just going to do this. I'm very low HP. I have to be careful here. I might actually, if I don't get a campfire, I might have to take a nap on a couple of the monsters. All right, let's take a look. How does Bone Spear go up? Yeah, see, this is 8 damage plus 2 for each minion you control. That's a huge upgrade. And then the Bone Armor, there it is, 2 armor for each card. So the thing about the level 3 versions of these cards is it actually increases the variable increase for some of these effects. Now, I'm going to play a conservative route. I'm going to miss out on experience in gold, but I feel like I'd rather do that than die. Okay, what do we got? Trained gold, Dojo gains 6 max HP or 15 gold. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go for the hit points, even though I do want lots of gold. Just because, okay, there it is. Finally, I can rest. I wish I had seen that, 2 monsters earlier. And now this is tough, but I'm going to go for it. I do have fully upgraded bone armor, so I can hit that early, and that would be good. And hopefully whatever damage I take from this guy does not make the difference between winning or losing the final fight. Oh man, that was bad. That was just the worst draw I could have imagined this guy getting. He got 2 huge spells and a pounce for a bunch of extra cards all at the top of his deck, and I lost more than half my HP. Well, this is terrible. So, unfortunately, I don't have any healing. My bone armor was... I mean, I do have some healing, I guess. It's wrong of me to say I have no healing, but now... he just had that one really amazing turn, and I am going to be quite damaged going into my fight against the boss. Crap. Okay, well, there's no reason to use that. I guess the scythe is nice. I might be able to pick up a way to heal. I'm going to just use this charge in case my next card isn't an attack, which it's not. So he does get an extra turn here. Luckily, my festive skeleton nickel and dimed him. Oh, shoot. Well, that sucked. That was just a really bad fight. I mean, I guess the right play would have been to skip him. I guess I'll skip this one, heal the HP, and see how we can do against the Ghost King. Okay, Bone Spear is a terrible card to get early. It's just 6 damage. I'm going to use it, though, because I doubt we're going to get to... Like, I'm not going to get through my whole deck twice. So I really don't think that it matters in this fight, and I'll get a full recharge after the fight is over. Ouch. Okay. I need to fill this guy's deck up with minions. This, I just don't think it's worth doing 2 damage. That is worth it because it heals me. And this, yeah, that's worth it. 5 damage, reduce their stamina, get my time back. That's definitely worth it. And we even got to put a few skeletons in there. So now he's really building up the skeleton count, or the minion count. So here's where Bone Spear would have been much better to draw. I'm still hoping... Oh god, that did a lot of damage. Yeah, there's it. I needed the bone armor. Unfortunately, I got the one that isn't fully upgraded. I'm at 10 with a bone armor. There it is. Okay, so this is going to give me a massive amount of armor. That gave me 16 armor. I have a feeling if the designer's ever going to go back and nerf things, bone armor's final tier might get nerfed. Because when you switch it from like 1 per thing to 2 per thing, it has a really huge impact. It like dramatically affects how the player gets value from the cards that work with the synergy. So I'm not sure whether to use this blood magic or not. I think I'm actually going to pass it because I don't value that much. What I'd rather spend my stamina on is do these basic quick attacks to drain his stamina and do a little bit of healing because it can make the difference. I'm actually going to pass that again. I feel like I have all the spells I need for this fight. I just need Oh, he got a side, so he's going to be healing now as well, and draining my stamina. Okay, well, if that had gotten recharged, I guess that would have been nice, but I managed to drain his stamina. And, okay, I guess we'll do this to recharge one of these, which sucks that I drew my recharge after drawing both of them. But he's got a bajillion minions, and as far as I know, there's no way for an enemy to get minions out of their deck. So, as far as one individual fight is concerned, eek, he actually made it through my gigantic bone armor. As far as an individual fight is concerned, the longer it goes, the better. It's just, of course, the fact that, you know, for future fights, if you use up all your spell charges and are very damaged, that's not good. Okay, so I really need him not to get through my bone armor here. Luckily, his turn is getting wasted a lot by my skeletons. Because I've got, well, 9 of the cards in his deck are my minions. So, it's one of those things where it's getting increasingly harder for him to actually do anything. But I'm perilously low. There's 10 damage, which is good. There's some more defense, which makes me feel better. And he's dead. Oh, he dodged it! Oh, well played! The dodge! Okay, luckily his reaps didn't get recharged, so there's that. Those do a lot of damage. I don't know if they would have gotten through my bone armor or not. He dodges to save his life again. Can you dodge this? You sure can! Oh, boy. Okay, let's put a bleed on you. I'll put a bleed on you. Because you're mine. Alright, he's finally dead. Alrighty. That's weird. It doesn't show a level up, but we do level up after this, don't we? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, well, it's tricky. So, obviously, upgrading a skill does get very tempting at this stage where it's worth 15 gold if you can upgrade it 2 to 3. But I'm still going to follow my gut and take the health because it just makes such a big difference in these long fights. Let's go to the swamp. I forget who the bosses are, so I don't know which choice is more strategic. Okay. Well, shoot. Sometimes on that selection thing, if you move it too fast or your mouse is in the wrong part of the screen or I don't know what, it just freezes. So I'm gonna have to go back to BlueStacks here, close out of Meteorfall, and pray that my progress was saved. Otherwise, we're gonna have a really anticlimactic end to the video. Woo! Oh, thank God. Okay, make sure you click the right button. Continue. Now I need it to not crash. Let's try the cave. Maybe it won't crash on the cave. Okay, we're in the cave. Whew. That was scary. Alright, so Drained Essence, you can see, is a little bit unimpressive. At the same time, it is worth noting that when you upgrade it, the stamina reduction is much more significant. There's my bone armor. Do I do this? Alright, we'll do it, even though I don't really need the recharge, because it puts some more bleed on him, and that could be useful. Alright, so he got all his spells back and did some fire damage to me. Okay, there's my big bone armor. Alright, now we're rolling. Now he's got a bunch of minions. And just things are good. Alright, the Wraith healed me a little bit more. Ah, Disintegrate. God, I hate that card because it gets rid of my Scythe. So it stops my trickle healing. But his turn was mostly wasted by my minions. That's a good one to pick up. This, unfortunately, is not going to heal me. Is it worth playing just to kill him? I mean, I guess so. I do take damage, but I think I was going to not be able to avoid that anyways. And 2 damage out of 56 ain't bad. Let's grab the Cultist. Good start. You want to get your minions early because that Bone Spear only does damage for the minions that are actually in the opponent's deck. So finding that early on, I guess that would be an example of a card I would like to have a second copy of. It'd be nice to have 2 Bone Spears to reduce the likelihood that I draw the Bone Spear before I draw all my minion summoning stuff. Okay, so now we're in pretty darn good shape. That's going to be a pretty big heal. Now that's going to be a ridiculous amount of damage. And I might as well recharge. This. Do I play this? I think so, because he has no stamina, but he's going to get spells. And he can... At this point, we start to get to people that have, like, really upgrade. I don't know if they can have level 3 upgraded fireballs and zaps. and things, but it can get pretty substantial. Okay, now this is tricky. I'm actually not going to recharge here because I want to find my attack cards. I don't think I need this skeleton, although it's fully charged at the moment, so fine. Let's put it on in there. And my last turn gets wasted, unfortunately. Okay, Wraith healed me up to full. Tombstone shouldn't matter because he's not going. I'm not going to run out of cards in my deck, I don't think. All right, so there's. Actually, this isn't even worth playing, really. Because, yeah, I might as well just pass. It wasn't going to kill him, and it wasn't going to make the difference. Oh, hang on a second. Whenever your opponent's deck runs out of cards, but didn't it just run out of cards? I didn't take 10 damage unless it took it off the armor. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and drain Essence. That lowers out his stamina, which triggers the damage, and so then he dies. Okay, so I'm still only missing 3 hit points. Pretty good. And I'm glad to see all these monsters because, of course, which one's more valuable? I think the Skeleton Party, just because it puts more minions. And then there's the Wraith that I couldn't play. And then the card that would have recharged the Wraith. That's freaking lovely. Okay, the point is, I want to see as many monsters as possible while I'm, doing really well and have high health, because the more gold that I can accumulate before I see the next Smith, the more that I'll be able to upgrade all at once. Wow, that guy put a number on me. Unfortunately, my minions didn't come up enough, and he did draw his best cards. This is not going to heal me from the Harvest, but I'm going to play it anyway because it at least heals me from the Scythe. And that Stamina Drain enabled my Shadow Essence, actually, to do some work. Okay, so I hope he got all his best cards out of his system. And, oh, Jesus, so that was unfortunate ordering. It would have been better if he had discarded the Mighty Swing and then played the attack. But anyway, it's fine now, because his deck is full of minions, and I got my Scythe for some healing. Alright, get those trickle heals in there. Okay, he couldn't play his charge, which is good, because that's a really strong card. Now my Bone Armor absorbs his Mighty Punch. This is a question. If I do this... No, I think I don't need to do it. I think I can kill him other ways. And I would like to find my... some of my recharge effects. Like, I don't actually need this. I have 24 armor. I would be nice to get Mind's Eye before this fight ends. Now, of course, it's always risky to delay these fights. Oh, yeah, my minions are going to kill him. Right. Okay, forgot about that. Well, I'm at 43 out of 56, which is better than I was at one point in that fight. And now, definitely the Blacksmith. Resting would be nice, and I kind of hope I find one later, but I really want to make some upgrades here. So first of all, Mind's Eye. Do I have enough? Yeah, I definitely want this. It's just a question of whether there's anything that's more important. I think Bone Spear to make it 2 additional damage for each minion is huge. This takes the spell into crazy territory. And I'm actually going to upgrade my other Bone Armor to be as good as my previous one. So that leaves me with 14. Right, okay. Well, let's go ahead and upgrade either Drain Essence or my Summon Skeleton. So it's 8 damage, and it reduces stamina by 5 versus the Skeleton, which deals 5 instead of 3 and bleed 2. Okay, for the short term, this is more valuable, in my opinion, so we'll do that, and I'm gonna keep fighting these guys. I'm hoping I can level up soon, and we're still a ways off from the fight. Now that was from the boss fight. Now that was pretty good. I got my Mind's Eye, which was 4 random spells. This is, even with only 2 minions now, it's just nutter butters. Just 12 damage is crazy. Doesn't really matter what I do. Alright, that was a good pickup as my last card, adding 3 extra cards to his deck that do nothing. There's one of them. This is my regular skeleton, not my festive skeleton. So I took away 2 of his turns there, which gives me an extra turn with which to find my... Okay, we'll do this. With which to find my Bone Armor. Okay, I guess that gives me an extra time. There it is. So I have 2 fully upgraded Bone Armors that each give me 16 armor. If I add any more monster summoning cards to my deck, they will each increase by 2 armor apiece, but 16 is already quite good. At this point, I'm happy just to take it slow. Like, I'm not even going to kill him right here. I want to pass that back for stamina. I'm actually going to just play this just in case, because I am being a little bit greedy here. But I want to find my basic bitch attack cards and try to heal with the Scythe. Alright. I healed her off of my Wraith a little bit, and then my minions punched through his armor. I did have 9 minions in there. Alright, so that's a nice level up. Let's see what we get. Okie dokie. This is pretty good. Wow. So this makes up for the crappy one I got earlier. This is actually going to be a tough choice. So Mulford's Tome makes it so that whenever you play a spell, 3 minions of yours that have already come and gone get shuffled back into the opponent's deck. So let's say that I put, you know, 5 minions into my opponent's deck, and then my opponent encounters 2 of them on his turn. If I have Mulford's Tome equipped, then once I play any spell, like including a minion summoning spell, those 2 minions that my opponent ran into get shuffled back into his deck, which is like a really exponential effect, because the smaller that your opponent's deck gets, the more valuable it is to have extra minions coming into it. Those minions are going to get, they're going to appear sooner. And on top of that, they're going to not only waste my opponent's actions, but they're going to delay my opponent's ability to get through the deck. Like if the opponent has 5 cards left in their deck, let's say, and then you shuffle 2 discarded skeletons back into their deck, now they have 7 cards, and they have to lose 2 turns to get through those skeletons. And then if you can play another spell on your turn, then those skeletons get back in. It actually makes it almost impossible for the opponent to even get through. So it's just nutty. Then the Winter Winds is amazing too because, I mean, it freezes them for 5, which blocks a lot of their damage. It deals 10 damage, which is a lot. And it makes them lose 2 time, which is so amazingly good. It's tough. I mean, this is great once you draw it. This takes some time. You have to, first of all, equip it. Then you have to have your minions show up. Then you have to play spells. I could very well make the wrong choice here. I'm going to grab the Tome, but I could see the case being made that I was wrong. Alright, so I can get a random treasure card, and it's possible at this point in the game to get really good stuff because it's going to be upgraded 3, so I could get, like, Winter Winds, for example. And then if I see a blacksmith at some later point, I'm going to regret that I took him now because, obviously, if I just get treasure, and then I see a blacksmith later when I have more gold, I can get all the same upgrades that I would have gotten now. So it's tough. I want to take a look at my deck. What is it that's really, really, really important? I've already got my bone armors upgraded. Those are important. The bone spear is upgraded. That's very important. Skeleton Party takes it up to 4 skeletons. So it's good, but it's a 33% increase. And then these guys just do more damage. You know what? I actually think that I don't have any short-term value from the blacksmith. I can live with it. If I never see a blacksmith again, I do want to take a chance at treasure. I might be influenced by the fact that, you know, I got Winter Winds, which I really wish I could have taken from the level up. Alright, well, there's no reason not to take it. It's destroyed on use, and it pays for itself. And then Intimidate. This is not exactly what I needed in my life. I don't want more melee stuff, so that gets passed. And unfortunately, I did not get what I was hoping for, so I do wish I had gone to the blacksmith. So at this point, I'm hoping that somewhere in these last 10 cards, I do bump into another blacksmith. Okay, well, this is interesting. So I could deal just 4 damage, and then I drain one of his stamina. The Cultist does have a lot of spells. I'm not sure how valuable it is to really drain 1 stamina, so I'm going to pass it back and hope it doesn't screw me. This, okay, we'll take an extra turn, even though I'm fully leveled up, so it didn't actually recharge anything. But just getting an extra turn to try to find, you know, my good stuff, I think is worth it. Okay, we'll play 1 attack and drain the stamina 1 time. Okay, so I'm feeling really good. I did get one of my bone armors in my opening draw. That's always a really important thing, because they just block so much damage. And they make a huge difference in my long-term survivability. There's my Tome, which is awesome. Can't play that. Let's get a skeleton in there. And then this is gonna be 12 damage for just having 2 minions in there. Another one of those cards that I think might get nerfed if the designer is interested in doing any kind of nerfs and balancing and things. I mean, for single-player games, it's obviously not that important to balance stuff. Okay, now we got a bunch of... Oh boy, we got a bunch of stuff in here. And I did lose a couple of turns to his skeleton, so I'm actually pretty damaged, but I'm cautiously optimistic that my opponent's not going to be able to do too much more damage to me. Alright, he did! Okie dokie. Well, yeah, that Cultist got it through. So there's my other bone armor, and then more of his minions get through. Let's do that. I guess all of the minions are now back in his deck. And at this point, I do want to take a slow approach. I want to let the minions kill him, and what I want to do is find my recharges to get my spells back, and play all my basic bitch attack cards to get a little bit of healing with my Scythe. In particular, I'm interested in finding the Harvest card, because the Harvest card heals inherently. Okay, we'll play this just in case. And I guess, yeah, I do want to recharge things. I'll play that just in case as well. So now I've got a ridiculous amount of armor. This is an interesting question. I could deal some damage to him and shuffle some minions back in, but no, let's just shuffle it back for stamina, so now I can play my attack cards. Okay, so he has done absolutely nothing at the moment. And that was a pretty good turn. Okay, so I'm just mainly concerned about the fact that I am very damaged. There's some healing, which is very welcome. I could consider upgrading my Harvest card, frankly, just so that it heals me for more. Alright, I'm not actually sure that he's gonna make it. He's bleeding like the dickens, and there were just too many minions in his deck, and they all got shuffled in because of the tome. Okay, so at this point the question is, am I gonna be able to make it without having to... Am I gonna be able to make it without having to rest? This is a tricky call. I can go to the blacksmith, but we have a bone spear here. I'm gonna go for it. This is a little bit too good not to take, because these shops are now all fully upgraded cards, and this is just incredible. So having a second one is very strong. You know what? F it. Let's just get all three of these. Having a third bone armor is great. Having a second wraith is good, because that adds a little bit more healing and just it's still a minion card. So I think it's just a good thing to do, even if it means I don't fully upgrade my existing cards all the way. I mean, man, that is a hell of a deal. A fully upgraded, like a level 3 card for 10 gold. I almost wonder if the shops got upgraded a little bit too much, since it's just such a crazy deal now. This is tough. I do want to recharge my stuff, so I think it's worth it to play that. Speed potion. I don't really care about saving this for the boss fight or anything. Let's just go ahead and play it. And now I'm all armored up. And deal some damage to this guy. Oh wait, no, I thought that, you know what? I thought that was a bone spear, but that wasn't a bone spear, was it? That was the stamina drain card. Okay, we'll definitely put those guys in to make my bone spear better. Oh no, this is the drain essence. I don't know. Don't know what's going on, but I will play this just for the little bit of trickle healing. Can't play that, unfortunately. And is that going to kill him? I have to really think about this, because now if he finds a minion, he's going to die. But you know what? It's fine. I don't want him to land a fireball or whatever on me. Oh, wait, I have 23 armor. That might have been a mistake. Might have been a mistake. I might have been able to trickle out a little bit more healing if I hadn't hit him with my bone spear. Well, we should have only 2 more fights, I think, before I level up. So hopefully it'll just work out. Ooh, this is tough. I mean, it'd be great to get some good treasure, but you know what? Let's pop in the temple now and make some deletions. Let's see. I don't really value... So the problem is, if I get rid of an attack, then the scythe only really works on Harvest, Gut Punch, and the other attack. I don't have enough gold to get rid of all of them. But okay, we'll get rid of an attack. And oh, it jumps to 15. Shoot. Yeah, maybe I should have just gambled on the treasure. Getting another level 3 card might have been better than removing an attack. Okay, got our bone armor early, which is good. And I guess I'll recharge it. We got both bone armors. Okay, well that was a very good top of the deck to ya, because we got 36 damage blocking. I have my scythe equipped, so I can try to trickle him to death. And of course I did just delete an attack, so I don't have all that much that actually trickles him to death. I will go ahead and put these wraiths in there just because they heal when they come up, and that can help with my trying to heal up thing. In fact, if I'm lucky enough to find Moldford's Tome, then those wraiths can get shuffled back in and do double duty. Okay, I'm at 24, but I'll do this. It's fine. Okay, there's Moldford's Tome. This is going to do a bunch of damage, but I'll do it. I want to put those things back in there, and I definitely want to do this because that has innate healing on top of the side healing. Now, this is the kind of thing I don't need to do. I'm at 42 frickin' armor. My minions are probably going to kill him anyways. And then I want my Wraiths to have a chance to show up and heal me. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm fully healed. Holy crap, that's awesome. Okay, well, I'm very glad I went to the shop and bought that extra Wraith. I think that decision I can say I'm pretty proud of. Maybe not some others. I did have to skip a couple of monster fights. Okay, they claim to have mastered the art of cloning. I want to clone this. Okay, I'll do it. I did pick up extra spells, and if I pick up more, then I'm going to want that extra recharging. It's just too bad that I did not upgrade that to level 3. Okay, that was not a bad opening round. I got my armor and both pieces of equipment. I don't know if the armor is big enough at this point to block all the incoming damage you can throw at me, but I'm actually going to pass on this because I'm not going to heal him at full health. Now I'll play it. Since I got extra armor, I'm happy to use the stamina just to drain 1 stamina from him from my scythe. Okay, so I've only got 1 minion in his deck, which just came up. So that minion now can get shuffled in with my tome, in addition to these skeletons. And I got my other bone armor. Fantastic. So you can see I'm running a little low on spell charges, which is why it is handy that I do have that extra Mind's Eye. Again, a shame it wasn't upgraded. It's going to cost me 30 gold to upgrade both of them to level 3. But, you know, I couldn't have predicted it. The odds of specifically hitting that card with the Band of Clones are pretty low. Alright, now this is interesting. I think I will spend the rest of my stamina just because I am starting to get a little low on the spell charges. This, why not? Let's shuffle some more minions in there. Okay, and my main cards I'm hoping to hit at this point are my Mind's Eyes. Level 2 though they may be, if I can hit both of them before this fight ends, which with all this armor and all these minions in his deck, I think I'm happy not to play anything offensive anymore. At this point I just want to shuffle through, you know, recharge as much stuff as possible. Yeah, I don't even need to put that stuff in there. I don't think I even need to use this bone armor charge. Yeah, he's got 8 minions there. I'm at 28 armor. I really only just care about taking this time to recharge things, finding my... Yeah, basically just finding my 2 Mind's Eyes. And I'll keep an eye on this armor. I mean, if he does get through it all, I might regret it. But I have a feeling it's going to hold. Okay, I don't need another skeleton in there. I don't... Ah, gosh. What is this at? 15? Okay. I'm going to just play it. Better safe than sorry. There's 1 Mind's Eye. I have 1 more. Is there a point to playing this? I don't actually heal. I'm at full health, so there's no point in using the stamina on it. Especially because I used the bone armor. So I just want time to pass, and I want to find my other Mind's Eye. That possibly won't even happen. Oh no, he survived the turn. Okay, definitely not doing that. Not doing that. There's the other Mind's Eye, and now I'm ready to kill him. I don't need to use this bone armor. So I guess I could just wait for my minions to kill him, frankly. I still would not mind finding my blood magic, for example, and using that to recharge some more spells. As we can see, some of my spells are not charged. Okay, let's go ahead and get that one back. Ooh, Mind's Eye is very good. Don't need the bone armor. Still don't need the bone armor. I could kill him here. But I think I'd rather just, yep, give myself a chance to find that other Mind's Eye, and now my minions should take care of it. And if they don't, my armor is fine. Okay, at this point, whatever, let's get it done. I really could have waited. Oh, wait, Jesus, I was leveling up, I totally forgot. I'm sorry, that fight was unnecessarily long, because I was going to recharge all my spells anyways. You know what? I'm happy with my health. I'm going to take the skill upgrade here. It's like getting 15 gold at this point. I'd rather just get 15 gold than 5 more health. Okay, so what would I like to level up? I have a lot of level 3s. Do I get this just for more recharges? What about the harvest? 5 life instead of 4. It might increase exponentially at the 3rd level. You know, that's how it goes sometimes. That's a tough call. I'm going to take the safe route. Let's just go for the recharges. Going up from 4 to 8 is kind of amazing, and I do have a lot of spells. I mean, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spells. I think I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, tough one here. We're getting close to the end, so I might not get another opportunity for either of these things. Now, at the shop, I can get a fully upgraded skeleton party, another bone armor, or I can go here and, let's say, upgrade my two skeleton parties. Let's just go to the shop. I mean, I really like this upgrade, or this update to the game. It really has changed the dynamics. I mean, why not pick up a fully upgraded skeleton party and another bone armor, and why not a fully upgraded summon skeleton? Make my bone spears better, make my bone armors even crazier. I think it's worth it. Okay, I can get rid of my Summon Wraith for 15 gold. That's interesting, but I don't know if I'm going to get to spend the gold. So I will pass on that. Now this is a greedy fight right here. Because it's the last fight before the boss, I'm not going to level up with it. I am taking it just because I have some confidence that I will not need to take that much damage or use up all that many of my spell charges in order to beat this guy, and then it will improve my score at the end of the game. I mean, that's pretty much all it's for. This is just for improving my end-of-game score. Okay, so Zap is going to take out a big chunk of my bone armor, although there's still a little bit left, which is nice to know. Now, I'd like to find my other bone armor. There it is, and I feel very good. Scythe is basically whatever at this point. I would get rid of it if I had the option. Zap, normally one of the scariest cards on tier 3, but here it doesn't even make a dent in my armor. Well, okay, it made a dent, but it did not cause me any grief. Is it worth spending stamina on this just to drain his stamina? Probably not. Let's just get it back. This is interesting. He's got 7 minions in his deck. I got 8 bone armor. No, I should do this. Now this, I'm not going to do. I will actually pop one of 3 charges just to have insurance, but I'm really not threatened by anything he could do at this point. And I might as well give myself a chance to recharge some of my spells. Okay, do I give myself a chance to recharge spells? Alright, let's go for it. Well, this gives me back the time. Oh, it kills him. Okay, fine, we'll just do it. So my spells aren't recharged all the way, and that might handicap me somewhat on this boss fight, but I'm still cautiously optimistic. Alright, do I do this? Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, I guess I didn't hit any of my stuff that was out, but the Mind's Eye 3 should have topped me off. This will be 12 damage. Unfortunately, came up a little bit early. No need to do 2 damage for 3 stamina, I don't think. Dragon Breath is a lot of damage. I did not get, unfortunately, my bone armors. Take Flight, what does that do? Okay, so he's got some dodge. I'm okay with that. I am not really concerned with doing direct damage, and that's one of the cool things about this guy. Me, normally, I do not like the way that necromancers are often implemented in-game. I always find it very unsatisfying just to summon things and watch them do stuff. It's like either the things are too strong, in which case you're not doing anything, because you just summon something and then it does all the work for you, or the things are too weak, and then it's like, well, I wish I just played a character that could actually do things himself. But in this game, I think what's so great is that this mechanic of putting minions into your opponent's deck and kind of building up this control over time is really satisfying and just scratches the itch for me. So well done to the designer. I think it's a very well-designed class, this Necromancer, Mr. Mulford. Maybe some things are a bit out of whack. I think in particular, like, remember when I had my very first level up and I got the chance to take Mind's Eye? That was gigantic because you saw that I never got offered at any point elsewhere in the run. I never had any other opportunity to get something that increased my spell charges, because every store now, although the stores are amazing, selling you level 3 cards for 10 gold, etc., the stores are amazing, but you never get, like, in his kits, he never has the option to just get some kind of like a workhorse recharge. So outside of a level up, you can't ever get it, and if I hadn't gotten it, it would have made this all a lot harder. Like, okay, he's got 16 in here. I don't think I even need to do this. Well, I'm going to recharge to full at the end, so I guess might as well. Yeah, so it'd be nice if his kits maybe had some kind of a recharge ability. It doesn't have to be one of the existing ones. It can be some other one, but having to find spell recharges in treasure or get lucky and have them offered on level ups, I think is just a little bit too swingy, because honestly, like, I'm probably going to win this now handily, and if I had not gotten Mind's Eye on my level 2 level up option, I could actually have just, like, lost a long time ago. Like, that's how swingy that was. Alright, so the Uberlich, in my experience, is still not the best designed part of this game, just because he's really not that difficult. The vast majority of the time, if you can make it to him, you're gonna win. And honestly, I think maybe I haven't really updated my strategy to account for the way the game works now. Because I've always felt like, well, I gotta save up, like I was talking about at the beginning of the run, my strategy is to save up my gold and upgrade my cards, but that might not even be the right strategy. Because buying them at shops is just so much more expensive, not expensive, sorry, so much more efficient. Just paying 10 gold to simply buy a level 3 card is way better than spending 25 gold to upgrade a level 1 card to a level 3. Now maybe that's different if you're playing some kind of a combo thing, and, you know, it really matters that you not put extra cards in your deck for some reason. But with this character, I don't really care that much about having, you know, extra cards in my deck. I don't think it's that big of a hindrance. Oh, this is going to be crazy. Okay, there we go. Get through your armor there. So, you know, here I am at full health with like 41 armor. Or is that 41 or 4? I can't actually tell. It might just be 4. I'm going to take a quick look at it when I have the chance. Okay, that was a little weird. That's Mulford's Tome. Yeah, no, that was 30, you know, here I am hanging out with the final boss. 31 armor. And is just having his deck swarmed with minions. And with those 2 Mind's Eyes, I don't really have to worry about my spell charges, so we can just sit back and watch the fireworks. I might not even care about this Doom thing, honestly. Like, I'm not going to hold back. I'll still hit him with my attack spells. Is this worth it? Probably not. I guess now that I used one, well, it would have been better, I guess. If I had been counting cards and I knew those were my last 2 cards, I would have been better off using the Harvest and then sending back the attack. Alright, he's got 22 cards in his deck that are my minions. Most of them are those festive skeletons, which don't actually do that much damage, but they do cost him time. Okay, I guess he was near the bottom of his deck because he hit nothing other than my minions. Which means that now if I play spells, a lot of those minions are going to get shuffled back in. So he's now going to have... Oh, he's just... Oh, there were so many minions in my deck, that Bone Spear was just ridiculous. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's not anticlimactic to just win with the guy and not have an upgraded at all deck. But I'll take a look at the bonus cards, and we'll see. Maybe the bonus cards will make me pick some strategy other than going for the summons. Okay, so here's 223. Yeah, I have a feeling that's not going to be my high score with that guy. Yeah, I had one off camera that was 246. 223 is way down here. But still, you know, it was a win's win. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.